Hey guys, look what came in the mail today. My new unboxing knife. I am so happy I got this. I needed something better than what I was using, and this will be handy around the house as well. This thing is built and it is beautiful. This is a Gerber quality knife and it's a piece of art. And as such, I think we need to do a photo shoot with it. So we're going to do a product style photo shoot with this. We're going to do a lay flat style shoot. And no, I am not sponsored by Gerber. It is something that I needed and they build quality products. So without further ado, let's get into a product photography. Let's lay flat and create some art. Lay flat photography is very commonly used in product photography. You kind of see it everywhere. Now, a lot of times you're telling a story with your image, and this is the main character within your story. Sometimes though, the whole image is the story. So it's more of a mood or a feeling to it. Think of some of those travel vacation pictures you've seen. It's more about the mood and the feel to get you to those destinations versus a specific tree or a grain of sand. So sometimes it's the whole scene, not specifically the item. Now, when you're doing this, they say the devil is in the detail. Picture you're doing maybe a bit of food photography, lay flat, and you got a bit of spilt sugar. It's all that little extra detailing and that attention to the detail that makes your image stand out and takes it to that whole next level. It might be some rope with this, or it might be all kinds of things. How about we add maybe a pirate coin to this and make it piratey type and give it more of an adventurous. We could do hiking. There's so many stories we can tell with this that we need to portray in the way that our advertisers want us to, or the way we want to create our image. Now for the equipment aspect of this, I'm not going to get into it in this video. I'm going to put a link down below to a video I did on all the different overhead rigs that you can do, pros and cons of each and how to use it all. So check it out for all that detail, because like I say, I'm not going to get into it in this one, but I do want to make you aware. We could even do this with a cell phone. DSLR, mirrorless, doesn't matter. Photography can be any camera you have. All these tips and tricks that I'm giving you work for all these different types of cameras. So without further ado, the first thing we need to look at, because we've already discussed equipment, is our lighting. What lighting is best? It's whatever you want. Now, if your lighting is a bright sunny day, you might not want that. What about a nice overcast day and you've got that nice soft light coming in through your window? The hard light, maybe put a window sheer up in front, diffuse it so you get that soft light. Maybe you're using an LED light and you need to put a diffuser panel in front to soften that light. Look how that glows and look how that evens out all that lighting. Beautiful. Now, studio strobe, same thing. The point I'm getting to here is whatever light you've got, modify it to get the light look that you want. Don't put a shoot off just because, oh, it's a bright sunny day or I don't have the right kind of light. Can you modify it? Change it to do what you need it to do. Now that we've been doing all our planning, we got many ways we could go with this, with our story. We could put a pair of hiking boots with it and a map, and it would be more like the adventure outdoor hiker. Or, as I'm doing, we can put a pirate coin and some pirate bits with it, and we can get more of the adventurous, more rougher, tougher into the pirate style life. So we have different ways we're doing it. We're going the pirate way. Now, when we're looking at our images, we need to try and balance out what we're doing. We need props that help relate to our story, and they need to be laid out appropriately. If you've seen previous videos I've done in the past on some top downs, you'll see about composition, the diagonal, the C shape, the negative space. All those we can apply to create a dramatic image. Now, like I say, our subject is this beautiful Gerber knife, and take a picture of it. Look at that. I like the photo. It's nice, but it's not quite there yet, in my opinion. What happens if we add a bit of our propping and give it a bit of a theme? Look at that now. That ups it big time. That looks so much better. Now, you do have to be careful though, that you don't start going a little too heavy on the propping and loading it all up, because what happens is you end up missing the point and you end up losing. Remember, this is the character. This is our hero in the story. And you can create an image that is so overwhelming with props that you can no longer tell what the subject is. Now, if you remember, I said earlier that sometimes you don't actually have a main subject. It's a theme or a feeling, but it's still balanced, it's still compositional, and it's not overloaded. You don't look at it and go, oh my God, that's just a pile, that's a mess. It still tells a story, and it'll tell it well. So don't go over propping, but do add some props sometimes. And as I say, the knife shot by itself is not bad. I like it so much better once I've added some propping, and it tells a better story. Now with flat lays, what we're shooting on is hugely important. And I've said this before in the past about flat lays. A lot of your background is visible, and you need something that's got some texture, it's got some character, a nice wood surface that's roughed up. You can use like the prefabbed backgrounds. They work well, especially when you're propping it up, because all your propping and everything else adds the texture. Now I put the book underneath the knife, and it's got that detailing on the book, which adds some texture to it, which works fantastic. But your backgrounds are hugely important, and there's a wide variety of them. I will put a link down to a video I did in the past on DIYing some of your own backgrounds with various materials. So you can check that one out if you want. But be aware, backgrounds are hugely important because so much of it is visible within your photos. Now I mentioned texture a few minutes ago, and as I say, I use the book because it's got that nice leather look to it, and it's got all the lines and grooving on it, which help add some texture to it. Now, if you're doing food photography, you can have ingredients spilt on and around on the table. That's all texture that adds to it. Your surface that you're shooting on adds texture. You can also have different types of things. I mean, look at this one here where I've used some like bath salts with the lilac. That texture added in with it, I think really ups that game. There's so many different things you can add and props that add texture to your scene. As I say, I could have shot this on some sand and made it real Caribbean of the beach type, and it would have given it a different look and added so much more texture if I shot it on sand. Well, that's it for this one. I hope you enjoyed our little tutorial here on lay flat product photography and using my new knife. I think this knife's going to be wonderful. I'm really pleased with the way the photo came out. What do you think? All right, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Hit that bell notification so you're aware when I post new videos like this. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. So, until the next time.